What's up, friends? It's Ash again. Wanted to make another video about what's going on in New York a little bit and what I think is going to happen in the future and just everything that's going on. You know, it's pretty obvious in New York right now that de Blasio doesn't want to open up New York. He's slow walking everything on purpose. He's letting small businesses just go out of business, not allowing them to open, not allowing restaurants to open, not allowing gyms to open, not allowing all these businesses to open, and it's just bullshit. Um, I was going to gyms 2 or 3 months ago when I was traveling cross country with no mask on, and there was no problem. And now they want to open the gyms in New York, I think tomorrow, but you got to wear a mask in the gym, of course, right? How am I supposed to work out with a mask in the gym? How are people supposed to do that? How are you supposed to do 25 minutes cardio on whatever machine with while your face is covered, right? You're breathing your waste product, right? CO2. You can't function that way. That strains your heart. That gives you brain fog. It's idiotic. It's against what any any sane person would do. So I guess tomorrow I got to go cancel my gym membership because I can't work out with a mask on. I'm not doing it. I'm not subjugating myself anymore. Um, and you notice that, of course, you got to wear the mask to get your food, right? And you know that they knocked out all the small businesses too, almost, right? Delis, everything is going out of business so that you'll be stuck having to go to Whole Foods, Target, and that's about it, right? A couple other places, Walmart, if you have one around you. That's what they do. They destroy every small business, and so all that's left is the big boys. And of course, those are their people, right? Excuse my cigarette. So what de Blasio's doing is he's slow rolling it. He's killing as many small businesses as he can. He's messing up as many people's lives as he can. Got you locked in your house for months on end. Got to wear a mask even in your building, in the elevator, and you know. So every day, what are you seeing? People wearing a mask, right? Keeps the fear train going. So it's basic logic. It's not hard to see it. But what I find upsetting is that as the crime rate goes up in New York and as the shootings are going up in New York, that nobody's protesting about it almost. I don't see anybody protesting. New York used to have a lot more heart. There would be people that wouldn't tolerate this kind of stuff in their neighborhoods back in the day, but you drove all those people out. All the people that really cared about their hoods are long gone because they can't afford it anymore. They've been either driven out through other people coming in, which is what New York's always been about, right? One neighborhood is a certain way for a while, and then over time the people leave, they move on with their lives, and other people come. Maybe they're from a different place, country, whatever. The neighborhood changes. That's always happened in New York. But what's happening now is that it's speeding up this process where de Blasio lets people, all these developers come in, they build big towers. It always goes right through. They don't take into consideration people who live in the neighborhood. Like, for example, they're trying to build 4 towers now on the Lower East Side that range in height from 60 to 80, over 80 stories. So all the people that live over there who get the light at certain times of the day, they're going to get less light. Now, you're allowed light, space, that's the law, right? So they don't care about that. They just block out people's light, block out people's view. And plus, you're building these on low-lying lands, right? This land is all in flood zone, all of it. So they don't care. They just let the developers come in and take it all. And when they ask de Blasio about that, he makes some bullshit comment. We need the development, blah, 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 right? But meanwhile, you're taking money from these people on the side. Everyone knows it. So that's always been the problem in New York. And that's probably why I'm going to be leaving soon, too. And I'm a long-term New Yorker. Lived here for the majority of my life, so can't take it anymore. And a lot of other people feel the same because their neighborhoods are going to shit. And it's obvious what's going on. The cops are slow rolling stuff. They're not showing up quick. there's a lot more shootings and violence. I mean, a woman almost got raped on a Sunday morning on the 6 train line at 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. I mean, that's didn't used to happen. Not to laugh, but it's just insane. It's the insanity level here is off the charts, and you got leaders who are basically doing everything that they can. If you look at what De Blasio's done, every step he's made, it's not to help the city, it's to hurt it. Every step. You could have had restaurants open a long time ago. You could have had gyms open a long time ago. It was supposed to open up in stage 3. Never opened them. Never opened restaurants. Never. Just now opening like some of the tourist stuff. You put all these homeless people in the hotels in different areas and destroyed those neighborhoods now. They got the guys just out in the street, just doing whatever, harassing people, panhandling, aggressive and stuff like that. And I'm not blaming these guys. They're a part of they're stuck in the middle of this whole thing. But the point is that you're driving people out of some of the highest real estate areas in Manhattan, Upper West Side. And now you can't get people you can't sell your apartment over there. How are you going to sell it, right? If all these people are in the homeless shelter right there next to your house, or right up the block from where, you have a $1 million condo over there. You can't sell it. Or you could, maybe for a lot less, right? So that's what's going on in New York. They're screwing it on purpose. They're slow rolling everything, and they're just doing it to hurt Trump and to hurt the country, I guess. That's what these people are doing. So a lot of people leaving here, man. That's what I'm hearing. I'm seeing a lot of trucks, moving trucks, and so that's that. What else to talk about that's going on in this crazy world? I think what's basically going to happen is Biden at some point will drop out of this race because the numbers are so bad. They don't see a way to victory. And now, with all the riots that have gone on, and they got sort of started to say, "Oh, we don't want to condone the violence," but it's a little late. You were condoning it for months. You were encouraging it. Some people in your party. So you got a problem now, right? I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to put somebody else in. I don't know who. Can't think of anybody that could win, in my mind. Good luck. I mean, this is just and with the mail-in thing, that could be a real problem because you can't uh, guarantee that those votes haven't been tampered with, right? You could steam open the envelopes. There's all kinds of scams going on. A big Democratic person, somebody inside the system that was doing this has just come out like a whistleblower and give a big interview with the Post. So I don't know if they're going to allow the mail-in. They shouldn't. It's definitely not any way you can make it 100% safe. But the whole system is basically vulnerable. It's been vulnerable our whole lives. It's been rigged every time. So we've never had a really clean election that's been 100% clean, I don't think, since for a long, long time. So see what happens with that. Ascension-wise, symptoms, high energy coming in, that's still happening. Keep hearing that there are aliens here in our lower orbit that we can't see. There was rumors going around that they were going to use like one of these aliens attack kind of scenarios where the bad guys are going to bring out all the bad aliens are here and they're attacking, everybody go crazy, but I think that's going to work anymore, man. I mean, we've been false flagged so many times and all these crazy things have happened that if the aliens are here and they uncloak and they're good, then they'll just chill there for a while. So until we figure out that, hey, they're not going to hurt us, right? They've been there for 2 weeks hanging out. So we'll see what happens with that if there actually is aliens here. That's what I'm excited about. I think they are. I think they're cloaked as ships and they look like clouds. Sometimes see them as the round clouds and weird shaped clouds. Some people who are in 5D are saying they could see the ships already. I never did. But there's some people that are in 5D already. And I've seen video on online that are claiming to be the ships that are different colored ships, blue and different colors. Let's hope that's true. I think we need the aliens' help because we have other aliens here, unfortunately, that are messing us up for a long ass time. If you go back into the Egyptian hieroglyphs and stuff, you could see a lot of lizard stuff. So, and in other cultures. So that's why I think's been here. The lizards for a long time. The vril. I don't know if the Draco, whatever you want to call them. I mix them all up. There's so many. I kind of get into the good aliens more than I want to get into like the bad aliens if they're here. So that's what I think. It's pretty obvious. Somebody's been here and is probably still here. Not sure what's going on with Australia with all these crazy lockdowns. What I had heard was that the dumb system under Australia is really bad. It's like a newer dumb overlaid over an older tunnel system that was done by someone. So the rumor that I had read about and heard was that the people from the Nibiru, as it was passing near Earth the last time, got off because their planet, the system's ecosystem was damaged and they needed gold. So they came here, mined gold, and then I guess went back to their planet at some point. And they found in South Africa, I read that they found tunnels that had been so perfectly dug that were ancient, and they don't know who did them because they're old and mankind couldn't have done it at that time. So a lot of gold may have been taken out. That's why we're so fascinated with gold. Also look into monatomic gold. A lot of people talking about monatomic gold as a healing modality if you can find it. I don't know how it's created though. It's a process to create monatomic gold. I think the Egyptians are doing that. There's a lot of mysteries to look into, you know? A lot of mysteries. So you got to pick the rabbit hole you want to go down, like I was saying. I kind of stopped going down them all because I kind of realized the enormity of the problem that we're in, that we're dealing with. You know, I was watching a video a while ago and the guy was saying, the Men in Black movies are real. And he was going on about the fact that the scene where, like, it's like a trading post scene where all these aliens, it's like a Grand Central Station of, like, aliens coming in. And he's saying that that was real and that we are, in a sense, a way station area, a trading post for alien races here because we got so good at over time, I guess, re-engineering alien tech that we either get or, somehow come in contact with. So that's true. And they're about to unveil all this stuff that, they've been using all the trillions that they stole from us to build, then we should get to use it, So that's the only thing I'm real excited about, like med beds, replicator tech, which is the replicator machine, replicates almost anything with the Tesla technology. This is what this is all about. It's the Tesla tech that we should have used back in the day when he was fighting, when there was the battle between should we go AC or DC and electric versus Tesla. That we made the wrong choice, right? On purpose, because they couldn't put a meter on Tesla's thing, right? His invention, the way it works, can't really do it. It's just two opposing magnets, right? You can go online on YouTube right now. There's people creating free energy with like a light bulb that never stops running, right? You put the two opposing magnets, you do a couple things, you can watch the video. There's plenty of videos on it. That's going to change the world, right? Because as soon as enough people start figuring out, oh, hey, if I use two magnets this way, I can make free, we won't need to because we'll have the Tesla tech now. But the bonus of the Tesla tech is that somehow it resonates at a level, vibratory level that's good for us, that helps to promote your body, your cells, your state of mind. So that's the bonus, and I think that's also why they didn't want to use it, right? Because they wanted to change the frequency of music from 432 hertz to 440, right? We know they did that now. I forgot who did that. One of like the Rockefeller Institute, one of these institutes did it years ago, right? They changed the frequency of music so it fucks with your head and hurts and messes you up. And later, that's why I think some of those kids who were listening to like heavy metal stuff killed himself because it's like sort of like makes it something go off in your brain because of it's in a negative vibratory rate. It's not good for your head, right? I'm not saying that's why they killed themselves, but it like can spur you further down into the hole in a sense, right? And that's not good. So who knows? What we got to do a lot of work, man. We're gonna have to like change the music back. We're gonna have to get rid of all these evil people in the music biz who have like signed on to this project where they're, you know, doing all this negativity and darkness in their music, and start getting back to some real music at the right vibration. And and along with the Tesla towers, it's going to change the world because I think that's why people are so angry and agitated like right now because they're using certain things to agitate people, right? Like propaganda and different waves that they've been beaming on us and different stuff, you know. Politicians coming out. I mean, I never remember politicians saying go in the streets and start burning, you know, and start messing around and attacking people that don't agree with your political opinion, right? You can't just go beating people down in the street, right? And saying, hey, man, you want to join? You got to either be on my team or I'm going to beat you down in the street right now. Am I really going to probably want to join your cause after that? Probably not, right? I mean, if you're marching through my hood, right, and it's 12, 11 at night, you woke my kids up, you're scaring people, saying, come out, march with us. That's not how you get a movement going. You're terrorizing people, scaring them. That's all you're doing. And you can never win that way in a cause because a cause that's real, that's coming from the ground roots level, doesn't do that. People go to that cause because they're drawn to it because they feel that it's morally the right thing. You don't go outside someone's house and scare them. You don't surround people and attack them. That's the mob mentality. That never works. That always will fail because there's always going to be certain people in this country that won't bow to the mob. They just won't do it. Those are the people that fought in the wars for us. Those are the people that fought the British for us. You know, you want to call them a patriot? Maybe. Yeah, you can call them that. You could put people in a box and put names on them. It's just a person that will not bow to anybody but their God. And any band that comes in front of them that tries to force that is going to have to deal with that person on a head-to-head level. I will not bow. In other words, I will fight before I will bow to you. So, same with the 300, right? All you must do is kneel. The king came and say, the Persian king, right? I've conquered the world. Everyone before you fell before me. Who are you to not bow to me? Look at the army I have, right? You're surrounded. Same as the woman surrounded in the restaurant. But she didn't bow to the mob, right? She held her principles. She held to her moral code and said, I won't bow to the mob trying to force me into a mindset that I don't agree with. That's what's going on right now. It's the culture war. This is a funded one, though. So it's, you know, there's some force or people that are funding these people to show up in the street and do this. I mean, you can see by the numbers, it's not that big. So uh, even the riots here in New York that I've seen, the groups weren't bigger than a couple, maybe 100 people, maybe 150, 200. But they were never in the numbers that like you saw in the anti-war protests that were here in like the early 2000s. I was in that protest. That was 500,000 people marching down the streets. You never felt nothing like that in your life. The power of having, you know, 500,000 people behind you marching down the street. That's power. That's power. Um, that's what changes governments and worlds, right? When you get enough people like that, you're seeing people marching overseas right now. What are they marching about? They hate Trump? No, they're marching about they want to be free. They're onto the scam. They get it. So that's where we're at, man. We're trying to get our freedom for the first time in our lives. We're realizing we never were free. We were on liberty, man. You were on a long liberty that eventually was going to be ended, and you were going to have to report back to the ship. And I don't know where the ship was going to take you, but it wasn't going to be nowhere good. Maybe a FEMA camp to be re-educated, right? Anyway, Keep the faith, man. I'm faithful right now. I feel good. The energy's calming down. I think that whoever's funding these riots has seen that it doesn't work. You can't change public opinion at the barrel of a gun, right? You can't change public opinion with violence. It never works. You might be able to cow some people into your, going along with you that way, but the majority won't do it. And that's what's great about America. That's why no one ever invades America, because if you invade America, you got to roll through thousands of miles of cities, towns, mid-sized cities, and a lot of people got guns, man. A lot of people got guns. So good luck rolling through those areas where you get pot shot at left, right. People are jumping out of the freaking forest shooting at you. That's why no one comes in here, and no one ever will. It's not about nukes. It's about we got 300 million people, and a lot of them are willing to throw down with you if you're going to roll into their hood or roll through their county or roll through their country, even if you're a foreign power. That's why no one comes through here. So, and that's why dictators, the first thing they do, really, one of the first things they do is make sure all the guns are gone, right? So you got no way out. You got no way to defend your property, your family, that's what this is about. Got to defend yours. So no one's going to join that cause because you're being violent. And if it was an organic cause, there was a grassroots thing, then you wouldn't be doing that. People would be flocking to your side because of the power of your argument was true. And if you really cared about certain groups, then you would show up every time someone from that group was hurt or something happened to someone or they were killed or whatever. That's not the case. So it's a selective thing. And so I could see that it's not organic from the beginning and it's going to fail. So we'll move forward together now and try to just keep anger and hatred out of your heart. Keep yourself together. Keep yourself in the center space. And we're going to get through this. All right. So talk with you soon. And let's hope that New York gets better too, because I'm praying for New York. If you have a chance, pray for us here in New York, all right? We need your prayer right now. We got bad leaders over us, and we're being subjugated real bad here. So thank you, and peace and love to you.